Hey, welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So on this week's news, we're going to be talking about Gorilla Glass 6 and 25 years of Slackware Linux. So let's go ahead and start with Gorilla Glass 6. If you have a smartphone, you probably have Gorilla Glass on your smartphone in terms of your screen. Now Corning, the company behind Gorilla Glass, has been producing this for many years, since 2007. And the whole idea with that is your glass screen is supposed to be a lot stronger, scratch resistant, and most importantly, drop resistant as well to a certain extent. Now the last Gorilla Glass 5, survived I think about 7 to 8 drops from a little over 1 meter. So I think it's like 5 feet 2 inches, somewhere around there, before it actually broke, and it was also highly scratch resistant. Now the next iteration is Gorilla Glass 6, and it's going to be able to withstand 15 drops, and from a slightly lesser height, I think it's 1 meter, which is like a little over 3 feet, and it's also supposed to be really strong and scratch resistant. Now the thing with the whole Gorilla Glass thing is, I myself really feel that it is more of a marketing thing, because a lot of my phones with Gorilla Glass, they still scratch, and depending on where you drop it, they still crack, and in some places they crack pretty easily. And so I'm not really confident of their claims. Of course, I would rather have something that is strengthened and that's more scratch resistant than something it's not. But a lot of times I really feel just having Gorilla Glass on there doesn't make me feel that much better, okay? Because in the end, I still have scratches on my phones, even though things like your keys and stuff is supposed to not be scratched by Gorilla Glass. And I've dropped my phone from not really high points and not even on concrete or anything, and it's still cracked. And so I'll wait and see how strong the claims are of Gorilla Glass 6. And Corning has been producing this since 2007. More than 6 billion devices have been released since then, and most smartphones have Gorilla Glass on them. And so for me personally, I feel even though that is important in terms of durability and also additional features which will make your phone last a lot longer, I really care more about things like weatherproofing and also making the body itself really harden. Now if you buy a lot of these rugged smartphones, they will have that. And so I think the quote-unquote perfect phone is a phone that is rugged, the whole body, including the screen, but at the same time they can use materials that keep the phone really thin. Because if you've seen these rugged smartphones like the Samsung Active, or there's also a Panasonic phone, they're really thick, bulky, and heavy. Okay, so if they could produce technologies that would do that and have everything else along with weatherproofing, then that would be awesome. That would be the ideal phone, at least for me, instead of just the whole quote-unquote gimmick, I think, of having Gorilla Glass on there. And so that is my thoughts on that. And if you had a smartphone, which most people do, I'd like to know some of your thoughts on Gorilla Glass 6, or maybe the durability of it, or additional features that you think would be more valuable in a smartphone. So getting to the second bit of news is Slackware. Now Slackware is the oldest distribution. It actually turned 25. It was actually first released in July 17th, 1993 by Patrick. I can't remember his last name. I think it's Vodering. And he released that when he was like 27 years old. And out of all the distributions, I think this one has lasted the longest. It was supposed to be something that was very Unix-like. And at the same time, Patrick wanted to be something that wasn't taken too seriously. Hence the name Slackware. But it's been taken very seriously in terms of its longevity. It's been around this long. And it's also the basis of other popular distributions like SUSE Linux. And so I do want to congratulate Patrick and their team and all the users of Slackware, because it really is awesome, for people who use Linux to have a distribution and community that's lasted so long. And even though Slackware isn't as popular as other distributions like Linux Mint, Ubuntu, or many other flavors, it's still around and it's still kicking. And so if you are a Slackware user, let me know some of your thoughts. I've never used Slackware myself. It is pretty much all command line based, so it's not really for noobs. It's not really for people who enjoy using the GUI interface. I enjoy using the GUI interface. But for people who don't enjoy that and just want to get pure Linux operating system, then that's definitely the choice for them. And so if you had any thoughts on Slackware or any other distributions you enjoyed, or also it being 25 years old, let me know what your thoughts are. You know, it's an awesome thing. And so for me, hopefully Mint will be around that long or maybe longer than that. Okay, so that's it for this week's news. If you had any thoughts on anything I talked about today, whether it be Gorilla Glass 6, Slackware turning 25, or anything else in the geek hemisphere, be sure to leave that in the comments area below. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Hey geeks, if you are a creative geek like me and you wanted to learn how to create content on YouTube and other places on the internet, then check out my Gold Content Creators Group, where you'll get access to 30 videos plus additional content for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part of it is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Gold Content Creators Group. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for checking out this episode. And as always, if you like these videos, be sure to click on the subscribe button. And for full written content, audio content, and additional geek stuff, head over to geekoutdoors.com, and I'll see you outdoors on the very next episode.